Hello students, welcome back to the materials for week 3 for English 1 for Diploma 3 with me, Miss Mona Lisa Pasaribu. So this week our topic will be about home industry. So first of all, before we continue our topic, I'd like to apologize for being late for posting this video due to my health condition. I'm feeling much better now. Thank you for checking with me in the group. And now I am ready to make the video for week 3 materials. Okay, so let's check the materials for this week. Okay, so as you can see here, the outline for this video is going to be a review of week 1 and week 2, and then we'll be talking about week 3 topic, which is the product of home industry, specifically about explaining the features of one product of home industry using the grammar points that we will discuss for this week. So first of all, let's go to the review. With these materials from week 1 and week 2, how are you so far with the materials? Do you still have difficulties in understanding the materials, or do you think that it's too easy, or do you think it's too difficult? Please let me know, because later on, if we continue to the next materials, I can adjust the topic or the presentation with your comments. Okay, so I want you to go check again materials week 1 and week 2 and understand it or investigate yourself whether you actually understand or you have difficulties, or maybe you actually want to say, Miss, this is too easy for me, or this is too difficult for me. Just let me know. Okay, so that's the review for week 1 and week 2. Now we will move on to the products of home industry. So first of all, I'll have a question. What kind of product of home industry that you know of? And then what are the criteria of a home industry? Maybe you have family who are having a home industry at their surroundings, or maybe also actually have your parents also work as a home industrians. So now we will talk about the products of home industry. I'll have some questions over here. First of all, what kind of product of home industry that you know, and then what are the criteria of home industry? I'm pretty sure you actually know what is the meaning of home industry. Home industry is the mini industry, so it's like a micro industry. It's done at home or in a small scale place. Okay, and then what do you call as a home industry? What are the criteria of home industry? Take your notes and then write down the answer in your notes. Okay, now these are some examples of a home industry. Okay, so as you can see the picture of the lady who are working on the product of home industry with the on the right corner, on the left corner, top left corner and top right corner, and also the man who is working on the rattan chair, I reckon. So these are some of the example of home industry products. Okay, so usually the product is also in a small scale, and it is also not demanding too many employees. Okay, so that is a home industry product. I've been mentioning a lot of criteria of home industry over here. Okay, so first of all, one thing that I want you to do first before we move on to the next material is I put some of the information about the materials of home industry over here. Let us have a look one by one first. The first one, I have soil, and then we have rattan, old newspaper, cassava, and then we also have plastic. Okay, are you familiar with all of these materials? If you don't, I want you to check the meaning in the dictionary, and then after that, once you have understood the materials for this product, I want you to decide which of the products that actually can use the materials. Like for example, for soil, can it be created into a bag or a table or a bakery? Okay, so I want you to first of all understand the materials, and then after that decide what kind of product that can actually use this kind of materials. Okay, again, put the answers in your notes, and then we will discuss in the practicum session. Next, we will be moving on to the features of a product. Now, because we are talking about the product of home industry, so it's going to be a small scale. So the features may also not be too complicated as the features of a big industry. Okay, so we are only focusing on explaining 3 features of a product of home industry. The first one will be talking about the materials. The second one will be talking about the function, and then the third one will be talking about the outstanding value from other products. Okay, so let us check how to explain each of these features using the useful grammar point. So, if you want to explain the materials of a product of home industry, there are 2 ways to explain it. The first one is by expressing it using the word made of, and then the second one you are going to use made from. So maybe some of you think that this is actually a similar meaning. Yes, it is similar. However, there are differences in terms of the function. The first one, if you want to use made of, the function of made of is just to list the materials. So like for example, some bottles are made of plastic. You still can see the materials in the product. Okay, so because the bottles are made of plastic, so you can still see the plastic in the product. Okay, and if you want to express it, you can use subject plus is or made plus made of plus the noun or the material. Okay, and then the other one, if you want to express using made from, we are talking about the materials, but we also want to emphasize the result of a process, of the material process. Okay, and the pattern will be subject plus is or are plus made from plus noun. For example, cheese is made from milk. Cheese is the result of the processing of milk. We don't really see the milk, the liquid form of milk in cheese, because cheese is actually the solid form of the milk. But we want to say that it is the result of process from milk into cheese. Okay, so made from is talking more on the result of processing of milk. Okay, so that is the difference between made of and made from. If you want to make it clearer, just make to simplify it, made of, you can see the materials of the product in the end product. Made from, you don't really see. That's just how to make it easier for you to understand. Okay, And then now we will talk about how to explain the functions. Okay, so there are two ways of explaining the function using use to and use for. Both has similar meaning, but again, in terms of grammar, if you want to use to, it must use the verb only. For example, Ratan is used to make various furniture. And if you want to use for, it must be followed by verb plus ing form. For example, Ratan is used for making various furniture. So make and making here shows the difference between used to and used for. Okay, so that is the other way of explaining the function. And then after that, in order to explain the outstanding value from other product, we can also make a comparison using short adjectives. Like for example, by adding er, or you can also add more if you want to have a longer adjective. Okay, for example, over here we have our product is cheaper than other home industry product. And then with the longer adjectives, you can use more or less. Okay, for example, Sylvie necklace is more valuable since the material used is original. So that is how you want to explain the outstanding value from other product by using comparative decrease. Okay. Now I'm giving you a text about the cassava brownies. As we know, cassava brownies is the example of a home industry product. Okay, so by this text, we are going to see how to explain a product of home industry using the materials, using the function, and then also by using the outstanding value of product compared to the other product. Okay, so first of all, I want you to pause this recording, and then I want you to read the text by yourself very quickly. Okay, after you've done with the reading, now we are going to investigate which one is the expression that are used for the materials, and then for the function, and also for the outstanding value. Let us investigate one by one. So now let us check first. If you can see, investigate. So after identifying the text, I'm pretty sure now you have understood which expressions are used for this text. Okay, so first of all, I'll go with the second sentence. It is made from cassava. Okay, these expressions clearly show that it is expressions to tell about the material of a product. Okay, now why do you think it's using from other than of? If your answer is because you cannot really see cassava in the product of brownies, then your answer is correct. Okay, because you cannot really see the chunk of cassava in the brownies itself, because it's already changed into flour. Okay, sudah jadi tepung. So you cannot really see the real product into the first material into the final product. Okay, and then after that, there's also function over here that is explained. As we know, cassava is usually used to make tapioca flour or chips. Okay, so this is explaining the function of cassava. So cassava is usually used to make tapioca flour or chips. But now cassava is used for making brownies. So these two sentences indicate that it's explaining the function of cassava. Okay, and then after that, the next sentence explains the other value, the outstanding value of this product compared to the other products. Okay, so let's check. Cassava makes the dough become softer, and because it's from organic farming, it is healthier than any other brownies product. So when it says softer and healthier, that indicates that it is using comparative degree to explain the outstanding value of this product compared to the other products. Okay, now after you have identified the text of cassava brownies by identifying the material expression, the function expression, and also the outstanding value, now we will go to the practice session. Okay, so with this practice session, the first one that I want you to do is I want you to decide the answer for these grammar questions. Okay, grab your pen and your notes and answer these questions. Again, as you have understood, we have talked about the material, function, the function, and the outstanding value. Okay, and you have now understood the difference between made from, used to, used for, more, and er. Okay, so that is the grammar discussion. Now I want you to answer these questions by yourself. Okay, now for the second practice, with this short text, again, I want you to decide the answer based on the topics that we have discussed for today. Okay. Now, the final activity for this week, what I want you to do for individual practice is I want you to pick up one home industry product, and then after that I want you to explain the features of this product by explaining the material, the function, and the outstanding value of this product in a form of text. Okay, it doesn't have to be long, but it has to have the explanation of the materials, the function, and also the outstanding value of this product by using the grammar point that we have just discussed for this week. Okay, if you have questions, just ask me in the group. I will be more than happy to answer your question. Okay, so that would bring us to the end of this video for week 3. Very quickly, let us have a unit checklist. From this video, I really hope that you can understand the examples of products of home industry, and then you can also comprehend the difference between the grammar to explain the material, the function, and the outstanding value from week 3, and then you can also integrate the grammar to explain the features of home industry product. Again, should you have questions, please ask me in the group or via personal line. I will be happy to answer your question. The next video will be talking a bit about the environment, and then we'll be doing some writing about the environment too. Okay, and here is the reference for this week. That should be all for this video. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the practicum session. Goodbye everyone.